Welcome to our podcast, man. It's the Ola and Iz show. Got my man Ola.
What's up, Iz?
What's up, baby?
Chillin'.
Listen, I appreciate y'all, man. Hope y'all had a beautiful day. We're going to talk about something I think is a topic you can talk about for the rest of your life. It's going to be talking about love, right?
Love.
Now, love, right?
What is love?
What is love, man? And we're not just talking about from a relationship aspect. We're not talking about just from a husband and wife. We're talking about from a brother, from a friend, from an associate. We're just talking about in general, just in general, like what love is. And I feel like how men and women should be or are, or why things are different, right? We're just going to go with it and see where we go, man. Hope you enjoy it. We look forward to hearing back from you.
Absolutely.
All right,
and so first and foremost, how's your day, man? How's the day going?
Oh, man, my day is going interesting, bro. It's
Yeah.
going interesting, man. It's going interesting. Had a great opportunity to speak with this young brother, man. It's funny how life lessons will teach you things that you're able to. I think it's so imperative as you age, you pass that knowledge down to the next generation.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's love.
Absolutely.
Because you want them, when they say, some people say the best experiences in life are the ones you go through.
Mm.
And then I used to believe that, right? I used to believe that I had to go through things to learn.
Right.
Man, I was so misguided by that. And then his brother said, why do you have to go through something to make your life harder to learn a lesson where you could just look at somebody else and listen to them
Absolutely.
and see where they went wrong and go the other way?
True.
And I said, man.
Yeah, man. That's powerful.
How about you? How about your day?
Day was good, man. Daily grind. Kicked it with my daughter. It's all love, man. Just going through the motions, but at the same time, trying to just create my own special path. Trying to make it too mundane. Try to have a little bit of that love aspect to it. Going through the day and make it unique.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you because my daughter, I spent the day and picked up my daughter early from school.
Yeah.
And I swear she's a younger version of me.
Yeah.
And so it's very easy for us to be impatient with our children, right?
Absolutely.
Because they're children.
Yeah.
Like they don't know how. Like as an adult, we a lot of times don't know how to communicate.
True.
Sometimes we communicate worse than kids, but
Yeah.
So we and sometimes we don't lose that childish response. But man, as kids, they don't know how to respond differently. And something Kobe Bryant, God bless his soul, said, man, he said when he would come back from after playing, 82 games a season or certain times, or he'd come back from a long practice and he'd come home with the family, his daughters would want to play. He said he didn't have the ability to be tired.
Mm.
He said they didn't deserve that. Okay, it wasn't their fault. He had to practice all day and to grind all day and do that. No, he said when he came home, he had to come home. All right, it's time to play with the girls now.
Yeah.
He had to get that same amount of effort. Ever since I heard that, anytime my daughter want to do something, I find myself saying, "Okay, baby," in a minute or something, I say, "Nah, Kobe wouldn't do it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, let's toast my man Kobe
Yes,
B.
indeed, for sure.
Kobe Bryant, man, great man from everything, man. Love you, brother. So yeah, man, let's start this off like this, man. We talk about love, right?
Yeah.
And let's start off with a relationship aspect. What do you feel like? They talk about 5 love languages. You ever read that book before?
No.
All right. I read the book before, and it talks about the different way people receive love, right?
Okay.
And it's a good concept. I believe the best teacher is the Word of God. I believe the best teacher, because God teaches you of the type of love He has for His people. But I say that from a mental aspect, like when you're trying to understand different levels, right? And sometimes we need more, more people are visual, right? So, and it talks about some people love by giving you gifts.
Okay.
Some people love by giving you compliments, right? Some people, it's like, okay, baby, how was your day? When you're talking to your lady, right? You're talking to your queen, and you're talking, or just a friend in general.
True.
Hey, how was your day, beautiful?
Yeah.
And, just stuff like that. That's how they feel loved. What do you feel at the end of the day as a man, right? Regardless of the different types of love languages, right? What do you feel that most people don't understand how men love? Like, does that make sense? Like,
from a man, obviously, from speaking as a man, I believe that it really entails a lot of vulnerability. Because as a man, we often have our guard up, just as natural protectors.
Yeah.
And so, we don't expose a lot of emotions when it comes to like how we feel about things. We're safeguarding to make sure that we're holding things down on our end to be able to do for a set of people. But when it comes to love, you have to be able to also make yourself somewhat vulnerable. In order for yourself to give to someone else, you got to kind of let down a little bit and be able to give to that next
Okay,
individual.
but all right, but why do you feel, you said the key thing, as men, right? What we do is we have to pull our bootstraps up, we have to grind every day, we got to make sure the family's good, we got to do this and that. Why do you feel why women don't see that as a version of love? When we sacrifice in our emotions, or sacrificing our day-to-day, or our mental illness or mental consciousness or certain things, and we go out here and grind every day and make sure everything's taken care of.
Right.
Why do you feel that? Why do you feel that women why don't see that as just love, right? Why don't see that as loving them?
I would see it as partially a natural response to what a man is supposed to do,
Okay.
and what a woman would want a man to do. And I say want very lightly, because I don't believe that, in my experience in speaking with women, that they actually want a man to be emotional like them.
Yeah, hell.
I don't think that they would want
Hell
them
no.
to show love in that sense. I don't think that they would want them to be as nurturing as they are.
It's not, yeah.
Because that's not natural to a man. However, at the same time, I think it is difficult for them to understand how men do love, because a lot of times we are showing a lot of who we are. We are showing our feelings, but we're just not expressive about it verbally. I know for me personally, I'm not. I'll do much more for you. I'll go through the fire for you. But I may not be like I love you. You know what I'm saying? I may not even utter the word, but I'll do everything that I believe encompasses love, which is to be supportive, which is to be an aid, which is to, as you mentioned earlier, helping out the youths, hanging out, the ones that are younger than us, to bring them up. That's also love, being able to share your experience, to prevent them from doing maybe the same mistakes, or really just to progress beyond where you've gone. All that is love. And so it's not easy to see someone grind that way and then understand it to be love. They may just see us as just doing our duty. You're just doing your job.
Do what you're supposed to.
You're just doing what you're supposed to do.
Go. Come on, man. That's what you're supposed to do.
All right.
But I say this to you, man. This is something, as you were talking, it made me start thinking about it, right? Like when think about it, bro. Like 1800s and before, like it was just a thing, right? Men would go and hit the mines, the coal field, you know what I'm saying? Go hit the fields. They would go out there and do what men did and work hard labor jobs, and wouldn't complain. Well, come home, you know what I'm saying? Come home, eat their meal, go to sleep, do it again. And the wife was like, okay, hey, bills taken care of. She understood because she didn't work, right? Now we're in a society where, women are working certain things. And this is what I think about with men as men. This is what I feel like this is what's seen as love, right? Or what women want to see as, and they receive as love is, you need to go work 15 hours a day. You need to come home and cook. You need to come home and kiss your baby on the cheek and say, baby, I love you. You need to take her to the bedroom, do what you do. You need to grind at night for your own business or whatever you're trying to do, or just for your career. You never are allowed to take time for yourself. And I say that is because when you look at what women are looking for, they're looking for a robot. Right, because of when they're unhappy,
in better word,
when they're unhappy, when they're dissatisfied, they're looking for somebody that for 24 hours in a day, do not stop, do not find time for themselves, aren't able to complain, aren't able to say, but baby, you not doing this, or ain't even like we can't say nothing in response, we can't argue, we're not supposed to do this. And this goes back to our previous topics, which talks about marriage and life partners in a sense, right? Is because I think what it is because women, because it's like this, right? We talk about generational wealth, right? We talk about why African Americans suffer from certain things, cultural differences, and why we're not passing things on, why different curses of poverty, different things. Is because what's happened is, in my opinion, right? What's happened is with each generation we get away from appreciating how far we've come, right? Or what we've gone through in the teachings that got us to this point, and educating our youth. And it's like now we have, like they say, kids raising kids. kids can't teach you how to honestly love somebody, man. They just show you I love you, right? That's what they do.
They show their version of love.
They do what they do. They're not teaching you.
Yeah.
And so what I think a lot of times, if women took the time to actually make a checklist, and men do the same thing with the women, right? Make a checklist of all the quality things this woman does for you, right? Or vice versa. No, I'm saying men do for women.
Gotcha,
with your woman,
okay.
with your woman.
Right.
Like your woman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? We're talking from the male perspective.
Okay.
Write a checklist of all the things your woman does good. Then write a checklist of all the things you would like done better. I think if women did the same thing for your man or the man you would want to be in, write a checklist of all things. That way what you could do is actually see something physical that says, well, dang, he actually does more or she does more than I even thought.
Yeah. I don't think it'll work.
You don't think? I didn't see that coming.
I don't think it'll work.
Why you say that?
The reason why is because what I've learned, I've seen a lot of debates between various topics, not this specifically, but various topics when it comes to how men and women relate and how men and women see the efforts of men. Right? You can think that the logical path is to lay out exactly what each partner does.
Okay.
And some way, both parties will be able to see visually what both efforts are.
Okay.
But that's how we interpret how we see people's efforts. Is to maybe put it out on paper, both people see it, and they're like, okay, that's it. But that's not how a woman will see it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
She'll see it and be like, oh, okay, I see these things, but I see these things, but this, I feel this way. If feelings can take those three things that they may be listed and span it out to an infinite amount. And so that while the expectancy may be to be these three core things, they really want an infinite amount of things.
So it goes back to, I guess, what I was saying about the 24 hours in a day, a robot.
Exactly. Because it's not, without, dialing back to what you said about how things were in the past and, how we adapted relationship-wise, the expectancy toward women, I would say, has shifted because they're more in the workforce, because they have more opportunities. So men's expectancy has to kind of scale back a little bit, in the sense that
I disagree.
In the sense that they're not doing those same things, so we can still expect it. Now, are you going to get that?
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm gonna be petty real quick. My man didn't disagree with me. I'm not disagreeing with my man. My man, I'm not disagreeing. But on a real note, I do disagree with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's because what we're doing is we've accepted that as that's
okay. That's a better.
As a normalcy.
I got you.
See, the problem with this, because we men, we don't like fight. Don't nobody want to sit here and fight with your woman. Don't nobody want to fight with her, because when you have all of this feminist movement, all these different women preach about it, it is very difficult when you have
to buck up against all that.
It's like you're going against the odds. True. It really comes down to finding a one. Right, and that a one, and I say a one, not the one, but because it might not be the one, but it might be one with other might be others down the road.
True.
One that understands, I have something that y'all women are missing out on because y'all ain't appreciate it, and that woman is going to get so much more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But it's also very difficult to have that mindset with a lot of women, right? Because a lot of women don't want to hear it. They don't even want. They don't care, right? Like they want to be here. I want to hear me roar. And that's the beauty of, bro, when you do find one who understands that, it's not about me dominating you.
Yeah.
It's about me willing to do 1,000 and million things for you, to protect you, provide for you, help you, guide you, lead you, man, make love to your mind, body, your soul on so many levels, because why? You appreciate what a man offers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is like a lot of women don't understand that. It's cool. It's cool to get caught up in that. Oh, I can do the same thing. I can do this. I can do that. Yeah. Oh, I don't need him to do this. But I will tell you this, man. At 43 years old, there are so many women in their 40s plus who cannot keep a man or find a man that will love them or want to be in their life because they bring so much perspective of what they believe the relationship should be.
Oh, well, let me jump in there. Yeah. So. Is it that they can't find one that loves them, or is it that they can't understand that they're being loved, and because either their trauma or the predecessor's trauma is not allowing them to accept the love.
Nah. Let me keep it simple for you.
Okay.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree on that.
Mm-hmm.
What am I keep it simple? I'm gonna tell you, like for example, this is a conversation I've had with a few women. They always ask me, "Do you like to cook?" First of all, when they ask me, "Do I like to cook or do I cook?"
Yeah.
I already know they don't like to cook or don't want to cook. I'm like, all right, first of all, but I'll be like, "Nah, I don't cook. I don't cook. It's the woman's job." I want to see what they gonna say, right? I just want to see what they gonna say, right? So, hey, Ola, I hit them with that joint. The first thing they say, "Oh yeah, I don't cook either." I'll be like, "So how you eat?" Oh, I call, you know, I order food. Sometimes I might eat one meal a day. I'm thinking like, yo, if I worked a long day, I'm coming, what I gotta do? Find something in the fridge? I eat a bologna cheese sandwich?
Right.
I got this $500,000 house. I got all this going on. I gotta eat a bologna cheese sandwich or I gotta keep ordering. But let me tell you something, y'all. I love to cook. Don't mind cooking. Now, do I want to cook every day? Absolutely not. But do I mind getting in the kitchen and cooking and compliment with you? Absolutely not, bro.
Right.
But see, this is the thing. But a lot of women in their 40s plus, 40s plus, do not want to cook. Now they don't want to cook. They're cool enough calling out, ordering food, and all that stuff. By the time Uber Eats gets there, the food's already cold. You ain't given a hot meal. Yeah. It's not really delicious. You know what I'm saying? You're not really getting that. So when I come home, that's not what I'm coming home to.
True.
You know what I mean? I'm not coming home to that. So go ahead.
Would you say that men are? I will say that men are pretty much a part of their environment. Like our environment dictates who we are.
I mean, I think to a certain degree, man. I think what it is because
like average, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And what I'm kind of getting to is, I think that we may, as men, fall in line with what is expected of a man, right? And women may fall in line with what women do, right? So like if it's being portrayed that women don't have to cook, don't have to clean, don't have to do stuff for a man, right? What's really preventing them from falling in line with that?
Well, no, because you know why, we as men, what we do is we talk our tongue, accept it as though it's okay in the moment.
Right.
See, what we have, I'm telling you, we are in a microwave generation. I've been part of it. I don't disagree. We do not look 20 years down the road. If she doesn't, and this is not about the woman has to cook. Like I said, I'll cook 5 days out of the week. All I need you to do is cook 2, maybe.
Right.
You know, I don't mind because I like certain things. I don't mind. It's not about I have to do or don't have to do it.
Yeah.
You got dudes that are
participation,
bro. It's about the simple fact that, bro, there's a lot of brothers that love to cook.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be like now my ego comes up. If I love to cook, I'm not going to not cook. Right.
True.
This is what I'll say is. What we do is we don't look what it's like 10 years down the road. If we were going to be in this relationship 10, 15 down the road, we're looking in the moment. We're okay with it. We're okay with it now because why? Oh man, we go here, we're going there, we go this. Nah, but we don't look 10 years down the road and say, and really ask ourselves, is this a woman I can see myself from 10 years down the road? How I look at my life, how I look at my relationships with people. And it's very odd that I got married, to be very honest, because I didn't think I would ever get married.
Yeah.
Never thought it. But I deceived myself because I felt like the woman that if I was to get married, she would have these qualifications, and that's what she showed me until I realized she did it when we got married. But this is the thing that I we're not having honest conversations with ourselves because life is boom, 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 boom. You meet a person here, you meet a person there. Y'all are having a great time, right? But see, the problem is what we have to do is, and this is what I do. You have to be you. Don't call this person every day if that's not you.
Yeah, you gotta hit that slow down.
You gotta hit that slow down button, bro. If you enjoy talking, guess what? You better keep doing that.
Yeah.
Don't because what'll happen is, brothers, you're doing all this stuff to try to get her. You do okay. Now you done got this. Now you done got that. Now you got that. Now you get frustrated. Now you get upset with her. Excuse me. Now you get upset with her because why? She called you. She frustrated with you. No, brother. You showed yourself a way that wasn't truly who you were.
Right.
Now this is what I think. This is what I do, and this is what I think men should do. I don't give them all of everything. I give them very little. I give them enough to either want more or not want nothing.
And so you're playing games with them.
No. It's like, yeah. What you drinking, bro? But in a sense I am.
Yeah.
In a sense I really am, though.
It is. I mean, the game of the relationship is.
It's that because you know what? I want you to slowly get to know me.
Exactly.
And I want to appreciate you.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've done it plenty of times. You know me, I'm always on the go.
I mean, we all are.
Yeah. But we never take the time to slow down, and that's what has taught me at this age is the more I've slowed down with my relationships with people, the more I've been able to appreciate them more. And then what happens is, even though I might not do those things, man, the women appreciate me more, or they don't, or they can't stand me, one or the other, right? Yeah. So I just think that's what it is, man. I think too, I'll say this and let you do what you do, big dog, is I think everybody just trying to be in a relationship, man.
I agree, man. Everyone's
be single, man.
Everyone's trying to get in a relationship, and everyone is on that rapid fire button. Everyone, once you get into something, you got the good feels, you just want to hit that go. You just want to just keep going. And oftentimes, like you said, you're ready to just show everything, you know, and then you find yourself getting frustrated that what you wanted initially isn't coming to fruition because you've done given everything. This person's like, oh, okay, like I can and give them nothing. They just sitting back eating, you know,
off what you give them,
off what you give them, and then you know, like, and
that's so true.
I fully agree with that slow bro, man, like 100%.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's just interesting when it comes to relationships, and you said something that kind of sparked my interest when it comes to relationships with women. And I guess my thing is, do you believe, like in, I don't know, the few women that you've been with, right? If they see, bringing back to love, your love that you had for them, were they able to see that?
So
or was that ever in question?
So all right, that's a good ass question, bro. You know, I truly believe that anybody that really do know me, and I think it's a flaw of mine sometimes, but I think it's a strength. I got a genuine heart. Yeah. Like I genuinely care, right?
Absolutely.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I think the problem is, I think, and I truly believe that in a way that they know that there was some love there, and they seen some potential for more, but because a lot of times, you know, like you see, when you know, like, so for example, because I know who I am, I know the type of person I'm a lot of energy. Yeah. I give you a lot of energy, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a lot of fun. I'm, you know, this and that. What happens a lot of time is women fall in love with the idea of who I am without really taking the time to get to know who I am. Okay. So I feel a lot of times because I am that way, it's understandable, and I know that I have to balance it out. Like when you're talking about playing games, I have to balance it out because I know that how I live my life, I'm like, I'll go here, I'm this, I'm moving, I'm like, yo, let's go have fun, I'm cracking jokes, I'm laughing. I'm not like, I don't bring no drama, I'm not arguing with you, I'll leave before you argue, right? And I find that what has to happen is I have to do stiff arms with certain women, and even because I know I can get caught up in a woman who gives me the same energy, and they stiff arm me, whatever the case is. But what I do find is that what happens, you have to put the brakes. I find I have to break sometime, and then we got to have a conversation. You know, but I try not to mislead them. I try not to lie to them. I just won't say some things so I don't lie about it. You know what I mean? We don't need to talk about it. That's not necessary to talk about. Yeah. But I do feel that what happens is, I do believe, to answer your question, they do feel like they felt love. Or if they didn't feel love, they felt like a man truly did care for a period. True. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Maybe he didn't look at them as being a future wife or, you know, future, you know, relationship. Okay. But in the time period, they felt something, you know what I mean? That was more than what they were feeling from probably most guys, you know? Gotcha. So
I think, personally for me, I know, with my experiences, I've gotten more of, I don't hear it. And so because I don't hear it, I don't know if it's there.
Hear what?
The word is like love, like I love you. And so that's always been like my experience with whether or not a partner of mine has actually believed that I love
But that's not, you don't have to tell somebody love for the hearing.
I agree. No,
I don't go walk around and tell people I love you. True. I don't do that.
Right. So, it's you know, you show them proof.
I just show them affection.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I you know, it's all about like just think about it, bro. Just look at it like this, right? And I get it. Like, you know, we can always say, I have not done. Mm-hmm. You can do whatever you want to do, right? Like at the end of the day, if you want to be okay. Okay. And go about your business and you expect her to love you.
True.
But think about it. How would you feel if the way you feel when a woman loves you is she makes love to you, right? Mm-hmm. Or have sex with you, right? Yeah. Or connects with you, right? What if she's like, yo, once a month? You're like, what the fuck? This woman You're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You're going to be looking at her crazy.
Right.
And it happens.
Yeah.
But now think about it. If that's her way of, like her way is that once a month showing you she love you, are you going to accept that?
No.
So why do we, like, I don't believe that we should change as men and be less men
I agree.
or less of men.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm full man, we full men.
Right.
Not everybody operates in the same thing. I hold women to a certain category of what I expect. If they don't want to do it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I will say to you is this. How do we expect them to want to accept things about us, but we would never accept it? I just think it's a balance if you care, right? Like I don't care what man you are. You are going to have some form of compromise. Now, I don't believe you should cut off all your masculinity
right.
and be like, okay, baby, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Right.
That ain't my. I don't believe no man should do that.
Absolutely.
I don't believe, because there's not that much love in the world to change who you are. But I do believe that if it's somebody you care about and do love, right, regardless if you see yourself 20 years down the road or 5 years down the road, that you should find some form of just saying, it's okay to walk in and say, baby, I love you, and give her a kiss.
Right.
Like, if that's not how you do it, I think it's okay to do that, because why wouldn't you want it? You got this beautiful woman sitting here waiting on you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My pops always says, adapt and adjust.
Yeah.
It's pretty much you adapt to the situation, make adjustments, but you never change your core.
Nah,
but you do
never.
have to make those adjustments in your life. And that's with any relationship.
Your kids, you do it with your kids.
Exactly. I remember, trying to get my daughter to sleep when she was an infant. And it was always like, I'll do one thing one day and it would work perfect. I tried it again and it wouldn't work. I'm just like, so like you gotta think of something else. And then you think of something else and it works. You're like, all right, I'm money. Then it don't work. And then you're constantly doing something different to reach that same goal. And that's just, it's just part of it. Like you're constantly doing things, but the core is that you want to show love. You want to get your daughter to go to sleep. You're showing the same love, but you got to do different things to go about that way.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave something. I'm going to switch it real quick.
Yeah.
We talking about love too. This is what I think with love is that understand that like love is selfless. So it doesn't matter. We talking about relationships. We talking about kids, but love is selfless, man. Like at the end of the day, love is selfless. I think too many times we have alternative motives. And we have we have our ways that we look at things, right? Like, what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, I love you, but you're never there for him, man. And I think a lot of times, if the thing is, check this out, man. I think and I've struggled with certain things because I mentally analyze things so much that it causes me to just not want to be bothered with certain people.
Okay.
And it's not because them per se. It's just because how do I feel? You know what I mean?
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's not about feelings. It is about feelings, but it's not about feelings, right? How you feel today doesn't mean it's going how you feel tomorrow.
Right.
I think at the end of the day, what the thing is as a man, and when it comes to love and people around you, is we have certain core principles of things that we should operate in all the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning like a few things, right? Like we should always be willing to protect, no matter who's around. If you see somebody, let's say for example, you see a woman about to be kidnapped, you should not sit and watch that.
True.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
who does that?
That's against
there's certain things that's against the code as a man, right?
Yeah.
I believe that as a man, you know what I'm saying? I personally, this is something that I believe in. Have I always operated it? No, but I try to do it on a high level. I don't believe men should argue with people. I believe that men should not argue with women. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of effort. It does not solve anything. How can you say you love this person, but yet you argue with them? You might as well just part ways. It does not make sense, man. I've seen the results of that stuff, and it never comes out well. I believe that as men we should do a lot of times, and most people say, well, you don't understand my situation. Check it out. You don't understand my situation. That's all I'm saying. Because if you did, then you wouldn't say, I could show you play by play.
Yeah.
Right? I try not to. Now, have an opinion? Have I had a firm stance on things? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? I do feel like men should not allow themselves to feel less than a man because somebody wants them to do something that's not who they are. You should stand for who you are, man. If you walk into your job and they want you to do something that you feel goes against everything you believe,
speak up.
Man, there's thousands of jobs. I believe you should walk away and find something that you do find that compliments you. I just feel like you should just stand for something as a man.
No, I agree.
And I feel like that resonates love. You know what I mean? Because I know at the end of the day you can trust me.
Mm-hmm.
See, all that's what I'm saying is when you have solid foundations of certain things. Because think about it, right? Think about it. If you allow your day to affect how you treat your people, you're imbalanced.
No, absolutely. I 100% agree.
You're
with
balanced.
that. Yeah, I truly believe, and I learned that just, we've been working like forever. I feel like I've been working since like I'm a kid, and just being in different workforces, like there's gonna be so many ups and downs, so many, like issues. There's gonna be great aspects, bad aspects, and when you come home to your family, whether it be, your direct family, whoever, friends, you cannot channel all of those frustrations, but it's so, I won't say it's easy, it's so tempting to do so because you're like...
No, but hold on.
Here's why.
Go ahead.
The reason why is because a lot of us have that, like you said, like we don't walk away from those situations at work where, something goes against our code. We'll stay there, right? We'll stay there and we'll keep silent about those things. And when we keep silent, we keep those things bottled in. And who do we feel we can let go of all that stuff to? The people that are close to us, because they've been with us. So we can come home and we can be like, start mouthing off at that person because it's a vulnerability. Right?
No, you know what it is.
I'm just saying that's why a lot of us do it, but it's not right.
No. That's not why a lot of people do it. I'm gonna disagree. This is why. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. That is not why they do it. We don't set up certain what is it called?
Boundaries?
No. Hold on. I'm gonna give you where I want. You know the answer.
Okay.
But when there's an accident, they reroute you. What is that called?
A detour.
Detour.
Yeah.
Thank you. We do not create detours for ourselves. See, the reason we do it is because that is the easy way to go.
True.
That's the easy way to go.
Okay.
Man, I watched my pops beat my mom up every day when I was a kid, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Why did he do it? This woman, she can't physically beat him.
Right.
I'm looking at this like, there's no hands down. Like it's like Mike Tyson fighting little midget. You know what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But what I'm saying to her is, what we don't is create detours. It is okay to vent. Is it okay to be angry?
Yeah.
It's okay to fucking scream. It's okay to be mad at the world. It's okay to do all that.
Yeah.
But it's not okay to not take that detour home. Right? But instead of taking that detour, you go straight home and do it.
Right.
That's not okay. So there's no excuse for it. There's no justification. People that do it, I'm telling y'all, find a detour. Find an outlet. Call your best friend and just scream on him. And he'd be like, you good? All right, bro, I'll let you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Let's grab a drink Friday because you motherfucker driven. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it, bro. Like, I've been through too much in my life and still I make no excuses for it. And if I ever do it, I find I try never to do it again. I'm just saying, I'm not saying perfect. I'm not saying I haven't done it. But I'm saying like this, 99% almost, I try never to do it. And so what I'm going to tell you is this. What we need to do is, when we say we love somebody, I don't care who it is, we have to find detours, right? Detours to allow us not to vent our feelings on them because it's undeserving. They're undeserving. What work made you mad? Oh, well, this is the career we chose, right? Sure. I get pissed at work all the time, bro. You know, I get pissed with the guys I work at all the time. But it's never personally toward them. See, that's the thing we have to understand. It is not personally tied to anyone specifically. You know where it's tied to? What's in between these ears, what's in our head, and the fact that we sometimes lack maturity enough to handle those things. That's what it is, and we have to stop making excuses for 5 years. We have to stop saying the same thing 10 years down the road. Like I was telling a brother, the other day, I was on the phone with him. I was trying to get a tie to go to his wedding, and he was like, I'm texting, bro, give me a minute. I'm like, bro, what I look like, bro? You want me to wait while you text? Bro, I'll hit you later, bro. Like, you tripping. And then he find out the next day, or 2 days later, I was talking to him. I was like, bro, you was tripping, because he was supposed to give me a tie. And I had a tie, but he had a fresh tie for me. And I was like, all right, let me grab this tie. But I never got the tie, because he was over here venting to his girl's wife, angrily texting. Like, bro, you still do that? You still angry text? He's like, yeah, you don't understand. I said, bro.
Oh, man.
Bro, you've been married how long and you still angry texting? Bro, you do know that you don't have to text back. Yo, my ex-wife, bro, I swear to God, she texts me 35 times even to this day, just venting. And I'd be like, nothing. I'd be like, what am I supposed to say? Like, she's not listening. So I'm gonna say this unless you got something, dog, because let the people, man, give us something for later, bro. But I think it's been a great conversation. I think it's been, look, hope y'all enjoy what we've been talking about, man. Enjoy the vibes, man. But, man, listen, man, if y'all are drunk texting,
Not drunk texting,
angry texting,
angry
right?
Texting.
If you're angry texting, or if you're going home with that adrenaline and pressure because your wife is like, baby, why you not here? What you need to do is create a detours with your marriage, detours with your relationship. Now, I'm not a marriage counselor, nor am I a relationship counselor, but I'm saying, what I am saying to y'all is this. If you haven't created that initially, don't wait 5 years after you've been doing something the wrong way to create detours. Man, create detours now. And if it has been 5 years, create it now. Sit down and say, baby, when I'm angry, I am not going to respond to you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come home immediately. I'm going to go sit in the parking lot and scream my head off until I release this so I can come home and smile and kiss you and the baby and the family and tell you hello. Yeah. That's what I encourage y'all to do. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation, but I feel like this is what it led to, because that's what love is, man. Absolutely. Nobody deserves to feel what you feel, but they also want to know how you feel, man. Yeah. Love is about reconnecting with your people, reaching out to your people, checking on them, you know what I'm saying, making sure your people, because, man, suicide rates are high, bro, even at the young youth, man.
Yeah, you know absolutely, man. And I'm going to just piggyback off of that, man. A lot of that, and, you know, we touched on a lot of things, but self-love is another thing.
We need to hit on that. That's
being able to have that appreciation for self, that confidence for self, is going to allow you to be able to spread that to others. It's going to allow you to have that limit to where that stuff that you have at work, you don't bring it, you know, to somebody else, because you have that self-respect and that self-love for yourself, that you want to be able to share that with someone else, and you don't want to corrupt that with someone else. So you do have to have that. You got to have your core intact before you're able to do other things.
I like what you said, bro. I think what we should talk about next, man, y'all let us know, because this stuff is great. This stuff we're working on, man. It's about to be love. Listen, I think self-love we should definitely talk about. I think that's a key topic, and understand who you are and what you're able to do, and just realizing that, man, there's no limits to you when you start just getting to know yourself and self-love. And I think that's a conversation we should definitely have next.
Absolutely.
My man. Hey, man, listen, man, y'all been blessed. We've been blessed.
Absolutely.
It's my man Ola.
It's my man
Is Podcast, dog. We love y'all, man.
Yes, indeed. Make sure you like, comment, please share. Look, we're trying to do big things. We need y'all support, and we're here for y'all. So
And I'm gonna say one thing. Like we definitely coming from the heart. So everything we say, this ain't scripted. This is just us, bro, sharing what we've been through, man. We love y'all, man. That's why we made start the podcast, baby. Love y'all, man.
Peace.